person sees all.
Hi everyone, welcome. Something we rarely see. This is a UFO doing a directional change in the sky over top of my house. You can clearly see that it's no satellite in no way because satellites do not change directions like you see. And the directional change occurred in one swift motion. You see it's going upwards and then turns and swooshes downwards pretty quickly, and we can see it there in great detail. I'm going to talk also in great detail about some of the findings that I am using, but with real scientific terms. My footage doesn't mean anything unless I am using the proper terms so that people and the researchers researching this will maybe understand exactly what I found, as we will be investigating the vapor trails that the UFOs that I caught in live footage is leaving on the surface. What does the military say about vapor trails, and what do scientists say when speaking of it, and experts, professionals, when talking about UFOs in ufology? Hypersonic velocities without signatures. This is a term used when we're talking in ufology. If an aircraft travels faster than the speed of sound, it typically leaves signatures. Aha! I often talk about them. I've never mentioned them this way with the right terms, but we're talking about like vapor trails and sonic booms. Many UFO accounts note the lack of this evidence. So many of the UFO sightings are ruled out often because there are no signatures in the live footage. Well, I have footage with signatures in it, and we could see vapor trails or sonic booms as they're leaving the surface of the moon. So it was windy, right? It can happen, but I still got the proof. Look at the vapor trails on top of it. I'll get, you can see the arrow there pointing to the white object. Yeah, it's hard to see, but not that hard. Back up and look here what's happening to the end of it. Whoop, it's like it's swooshing, swinging around. Those are vapor trails. We're going to go see other examples in live footage too. But you just saw, and you can see it here now as it's crossing across here. Even when slowing down a blurry footage of a UFO that looks blurred because it's going fast, you're not going to get a nice shot of the UFO when you slow down the footage. It's going to be slowed down and you'll see it blurred, and you will see the vapor trails behind it. Thus, what is needed for proof, right? It's the rare part of, look at that, rare part of the evidence that the military say they don't have on the footage. Well, I'm showing a lot of it right here. So was I to throw that footage away? No, of course not. It was proof of two things, guys: directional change, and it was proof of a vapor trail behind it, or as they say, sonic boom. What's going on right here? Whoa, wait a minute. Stop right there. We're gonna rewind what we just saw and watch that in slow motion. It's too much to talk about. So if we take a good look at this, now that we're going to slow it down and really look what we're looking at. Okay, a cloud. Uh, we don't know, right? But look at the objects that we're seeing appearing. Watch this. They're square, and you'll see some of them. Look, there's three objects right here together. Look at the bottom circle, how pronounced the square is. And each of the objects appearing have a light on the corner of it or a cloud coming out of it. They're just floating by. They're lit up. They're crafts. They really are crafts. No matter what they are or who's driving them or whatever or whoever could be in them, we're seeing it. So, talking about vapors and trails behind UFOs, well, let me tell you, we're seeing a lot of signs of maybe some of it even right here. Look in the center. We're very close up now, but we could see that dark object amongst other lights appearing, but in the center we see a cloud around an object or two inside of this cloud. Why is there always a cloud around them? This is what I like seeing also, an interaction. We could literally see a light leaving from, it was literally, can we say, attached to this dark object, and now the dark object disappears and plunges into the clouds and hazes, and this light continues on. It will separate itself further on in the footage. It's really, really interesting to say, yeah, I know about UFOs. They're lights to fly around that no one knows about. But there are very particular traits that the military and professionals and ufologists look for when analyzing live footage of UFOs. We hear many accounts from military people saying, it's white, the objects are white, I can't describe it, it has no wings, it has no rotors. It didn't fly like an aircraft, it was so unpredictable and spontaneous. We're talking about high G, rapid velocities, and rapid accelerations of these objects that I'm capturing on the surface. And of course, I'm slowing them down, and by doing so, we're seeing little trails that could be signs of vapor trails or high sonic booms. So, anti-gravity lift. These, we're talking about traits of UFOs. Very important. It should have been spoken about a long time ago. Unlike any known craft, these objects have been sighted overcoming the Earth's gravity with no visible means of propulsion. They also lack any flight services, such as wings. They don't have rotors, they're just lights. And a big mention on the military and expertise in this field of ufology that say these crafts cannot be clarified. No matter how close, no matter what the quality of the camera is, they seem not to be able to get their form or shapes, aside from maybe how I'm doing it. So, sudden and instantaneous acceleration. Oh, we see that. We see spurts of them accelerating quickly and then stopping. The objects may accelerate or change direction so quickly that no human pilot could survive the G-forces in them unless being crushed. So that's another thing that they're looking at. Hypersonic velocities without signatures. Again, we said the signatures were the vapor trails at the back, and sonic booms. So hypersonic velocities without signatures. An aircraft travels faster than the speed of sound. Typically, it leaves signatures like vapor trails and sonic booms. Many UFO accounts note that the lack of this evidence is not seen in most sightings. That's probably why they rule out most of the sightings. Low observability, or, I love it, cloaking. Even when objects are observed, getting a clear and detailed view of them, either through pilot sightings, radar, or other means, all means by that, remain difficult. Witnesses generally only see the glow or haze around them. And that's exactly what we're seeing in my research. Trans-medium travel. Some UAP have been seen moving easily in between different environments, such as space and the Earth's atmosphere. And even in water. here is my mailing address.
Aliens are the moon. Aliens are the moon. And they're mining really up there. And they're mining on the moon. Aliens are the moon. Aliens are the moon. They're spying really up there. And they're mining on the moon. Aliens are the moon. Aliens are the moon. And they may be coming soon.
This is Houston. Say again, please.